we have to get started because we have a lot of things to do today. So, what I just handed out to you is your packet and a ruler. What I need you to do is I need you to put your name on the packet. Period 3. All right, Ariel, Isaiah. We're going to turn to page 1. And on the top of page 1, it says that we're going to be constructing triangles. So construct a triangle ABC with sides measuring exactly 4, 5, and 6 centimeters. So we all know what a triangle looks like, right? Okay. So you have to do a triangle, construct a triangle using your ruler. Now, let me refresh. Centimeters are the small spaces, right? So these are centimeters. The other side is inches. The ones that are more spread out are inches. We're going to use the one that says centimeters. It also says centimeters here, cm. Now, do you notice that there's like a plastic gap here? So the edge of the ruler is not 0. This line right there is 0. So make sure when you're drawing your lines and you're measuring, you're not considering this part of your line. This is not okay. You have to start measuring from here. All right, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. I need to see you drawing a triangle here that measures exactly 4, 5, and 6 centimeters using your ruler. And when you think you've constructed a triangle that measures exactly 4, 5, and 6, I'll come around and check. Okay, ready, set, go. All right, so hopefully you discovered and went through the process of like, this is extremely hard. Even though I have a ruler, it's really hard to draw your 4, 5, 6 centimeter triangle. But you need to go through this. Honestly, I didn't give you the right tools to be able to draw it quickly and efficiently. What I need to give you is called a compass. I'm going to show you how to draw a triangle using a compass. Now, you might have seen a compass look like this. Have you guys seen those? Okay, so in math, this is called a compass. Okay, what do we use a compass for? To make a perfect circle, yes. So you might have used this in elementary school. You might use it in high school. But Daniel, we are going to use one today, but mine, the one we're going to use today actually, please pay attention, looks different. This is a compass, but it doesn't have that needle part. It's actually a lot easier to use. I'm going to show you how to use it just like before when I showed you how to use a protractor and I taught you about the upside down T, the inside numbers, the outside numbers, all of that. Caesar, I am going to teach you how to use it properly and how we should have our rulers flat on our desk right now. This is how accidents happen. You don't realize that you're holding it, but you are for no reason. All right, so I'm going to pass these out. Now, these are called compass rulers. They're very fragile. They're all made out of plastic, and it can be easily broken if misused. Miss Kano actually gave these to me, and she used them. I've used them for 14 years. She used them before I did, so they're well over 20 years old, but they still work perfectly. I cannot find these in the store. This is one thing that I treasure because I can't find them in the store. I can't go to Target and just pick one up. The only one that they sell at Target, Staples, Amazon are the other ones. So we got to make sure we treat these with a lot of respect. We don't play around with them. We don't try to oh, I'm just sitting here not knowing what I'm doing. You got to treat them with respect. They are fragile. Close your packet and turn to the back side, which is a blank sheet. We left it blank for a purpose. All right. Here's our compass. First off, you see this red circle here? Okay. Make sure it's on the left side. So like I'm holding it, this is on the left side. The top numbers, do you see how they're not upside down? So these top numbers are the numbers we're going to use every single day. They're the centimeters. The bottom ones are inches. We don't use the bottom ones. We use the top ones, okay? Now this circle over here on the left side, I like to call it the magnifying glass because it kind of looks like a magnifying glass in a way. What I want you to do, and I will refer to it as the magnifying glass, I want you to feel underneath the magnifying glass with your finger. What do you feel? There's like a bump underneath. Do you guys see? There's a bump. That's a very important bump. So feel it, feel for it, because I'm going to tell you, put the bump on the dot. And you're going to be like, what bump? The bump I had you feel. Okay, so it's important that you understand where the bump is. Literally, my finger underneath is touching the bump. Okay, stop. Do you see the 4 triangles? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the triangles are going to point to the number that I want. So, Daniel, I need you to see the triangles in your hand. Okay, so you see the 4 triangles. Those are important. Those is how we're going to set our numbers. All right, you have this knob here. It tightens and it loosens. This is the number one thing that breaks. You're going to twist it to the left a little to loosen it. Okay, then you can slide this over. So you just twist it to the left a little. It should give and you're allowed to glide. Okay, put one of the triangles on the 4 centimeters. Put one of the triangles on the 4 centimeters. So one of the triangles, glide it to 4. Make one of the triangles point to the number 4. And now twist it to the right so it stays in place. Now, do I want to tighten it like you're tightening a water bottle cap? No. That's how you break it because you do it too hard. It just needs to stay. So as soon as you feel it stay, you let go. If I tap it, it doesn't move. Tap it lightly, it doesn't move. You don't want to twist it so hard because that's how the interior part breaks and it doesn't work anymore. So be careful. So is your triangle at 4? Yeah. Okay. Do you see the hole that's right underneath the triangle? Yeah. That's where your pencil's going to go. Okay. I had a student didn't realize that her pencil needs to go in that hole. Well, it does. So that's that. Okay. Now, take your pencil. Put a dot in the middle of the blank paper. Put a dot in the middle of your blank paper. Okay, there's my dot in the middle. Take my compass. Is it set to 4? Everybody set to 4? It's there? Okay. Put the bump on the dot. Put the bump on the dot. Destiny, I need you to have the dot right in the middle of your paper. So middle of your paper. I know what I'm talking about. In the middle of your paper. Why? Because the next step, if you don't have it in the middle, you're going to write on my desk. So, you know. Okay, bump on the dot. Okay.
I can't see the bump.
It's a magnifying glass.
There's like bubbles inside of it.
Okay. With the hand that I don't write with. So I'm a righty, so my left hand. The hand you don't write with. You're going to use your index finger and you're going to hold down the red circle here. The magnifying glass. You're going to hold down the magnifying glass, just like so. Okay? My pencil goes into the hole where the 4 is. So here's the 4. My pencil goes right in there. Okay? Now I'm going to spin around. My index finger does not move. All the way around. And you're creating a circle. It takes a minute for you to get a hang of it. It's okay. It's your first circle with the compass. Might come out great. Might not come out great. You start learning how to use it. I mean, this is like my 10th circle today, so. Those are degrees. 15 degrees, 60 degrees. All right. Once you successfully done that, can you set the triangle to 7 centimeters? 7. So loosen it. Move it over to 7. It doesn't matter. It's just as long as it reaches 7. The reason you have 2 circles is, does this circle reach the 10?
No.
No. So you use the other circle, right? And does this circle reach the 2?
No.
No, so you got to use the other one. 7, you can use either circle. right? They both work. So it doesn't matter. Just as long as you put your pencil in that one. Okay, good question. So the 7 is on this triangle. Could you have used the other triangle? Yeah, no big deal. So here's my triangle on 7. I tighten it just a little. It's there. The dot, we're going to use it again. It's a good dot. Dot, bump on the dot. The bump on the dot. Does it matter? Yes, it does. Definitely does. Index finger of the hand that I don't use to write with, holding it down. Pencil goes into the circle with the 7 on. And try your best to go all the way around. Sometimes I draw like half and then I gotta readjust and draw the other one. So you should end up with like a target looking. Not bad. Mine? Should be this size.
Oh, I did it on the wrong one.
We're just Ariel, you don't need to erase. This is just practice. It's just practice. That looks really big. Did you use a 7? No, right? No. Okay. All right. This is just practice. Just getting to know, learning how to use a compass. It's fine. We're moving on. All right. Ready? Go back to page 1. Back to page 1. All right. Now, we're going to be at the bottom of page 1. It says, construct the same triangle using a compass this time. So we are going to draw a 4, 5, 6 centimeter triangle. Okay, so we're going to draw the same triangle, but this time we're going to use a compass and we're all going to be super successful at it. Okay, so I'm going to show you and write down the steps for you. By the end of the period, you will have memorized these steps. Okay, first thing you're going to do is you're going to draw the longest line. Okay, you're going to draw the longest line. What is the longest line in this triangle? 6. So I'm going to draw a 6 centimeter line towards the bottom so I have enough room to draw my circles. So I'm going towards the bottom here. And remember, the edge of your ruler is not 0. The 0 is up here. So I'm going to draw 6. I'm going to stop at 6. So 6 to 0. Okay. So this is 6 centimeters. Using my ruler again, I measured out the line. Make sure you start here at 0. This is 0. And all the way across to 6, please. Yes, Miss O'Malley. Okay, so step 1, draw the longest line. The longest line was 6. Then I dotted both sides. Then I'm going to set my compass to 5 centimeters. So set my compass to 5. So my triangle's on 5, right? And I'm going to draw half a circle. I'm going to use one dot. Here's a dot I'm going to use on the left side. I'm going to put my bump on the dot. Bump on the dot. Okay? Just like we did on the back sheet. Index finger holding down. I don't need the whole circle. Actually, don't even need half the circle. Okay? So I'm going to draw it. It's set to 5. Put your pencil where the 5 is, the triangle, and just draw it. It's a construction line, so it's nice and light. Just like that. Okay? So bump on the dot. It's set to 5. Draw half a circle-ish. You're going to realize as we go through this, your circles are actually going to get smaller and smaller. You don't need half a circle. Sometimes you'll need a quarter of a circle. Then you'll end up doing arcs. All right, we're good? Does everybody have that? All right, step number 4. Set compass to what? Wow. Set compass to 4 centimeters and draw half a circle on the other dot. Use the other dot. How many dots do we have? 2. Did we already use one of them? Yes. Now I have to use the other one. Okay? So set your compass to 4. Is it set to 4? Okay. So we're going to set the compass to 4 and draw half a circle using the other dot. So I already used this dot. Now I got to use the other dot. So bump on the dot. Hold it down. Pencil in the circle where the 4 is. Pencil in the circle where the 4 is. How big do I need to draw the circle? I basically need to see where these 2 circles cross each other. So do I need the biggest circle in the world? No.
Wait, that's just it?
That's just it. I just need this. Why? I just need to figure out where they cross. Could you, because you're new at this, could you draw like the whole thing? Yeah, you could, but you don't need to. And there's more room for error. But here it is. But what am I looking for? I'm looking for where these 2 circles meet. Okay, where these 2 circles meet, guess what I'm going to add to where they meet? No, a dot. Add the 3rd dot and make a triangle. Where does my 3rd dot go? Where these 2 cross. Where the 2 circles cross, that is the top of my triangle. Where the 2 circles cross, that is the top of my triangle. Here and there. So this is where my 2 circles cross. Add the 3rd dot and make a triangle. And if I measure this, these 2 lines, guess what they're going to exactly measure? 4, 5. It seems hard because I'm having you do it super slow and we're writing down notes. So it seems like it's a lot. By the end of the period, you guys are going to be pros at this. It's a lot of steps you got to follow to be perfect. And this is like a lot of explanation. A lot of this you'll memorize in your head, dot, dot. Draw, draw. You'll be fine. All right. I'm going to guide you through the next one. We're going to guide each other through the next one. Okay, so turn the page. We're on top. Number 3 on the top. Number 3 on... Yeah. We're going to actually be using circles to actually create triangles. Okay. Construct a triangle with sides measuring exactly 3, 5, and 7. So what do I start with? The biggest number, so 7. So everybody take your ruler and draw out 7 centimeters. Now you can mess it up by not doing 7. So remember, start at 0. Here is 0. It's not at the edge of my ruler. It's a little bit inside. Go over to 7. There. So here is 0 all the way to 7. Label it 7 centimeters. So from here to here, 0 to 7, 0 to 7. Okay, that's your first step. I had a student last period, they drew out 6 centimeters and the whole thing was wrong, right? So it's very important that you take your time, you measure this correctly. If you want to use this as a measurement, you can. So look, here is 0. Right there, that line right there is 0. And then it should measure out to 7 here. You can also use it as a ruler. 0 to 7. All right. So I've used the number 7. Don't need it anymore. Now, what's the next step? Dot and dot, Fred. So put a dot. Put a dot. Dot, dot. The reason we put a dot is so we know where to put the bump. Okay, now what? So I have 3 and 5. Which one do you want to do first? 3? Sure. Does it matter? No. So set your compass to 3. Set your compass to 3. Set my compass to 3. My pencil goes into the hole where the 3 is. So I always like to start on the left side, bump. So bump on the dot on the left side. Index finger holding it down. Circle. Now this circle is usually big because I don't know where it's going to cross, but you see how the staple gets in the way? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to stop where the staple gets in the way. So as you go up, you're like, oh, the staple gets in the way. Okay, it's cool. Just stop right there. Like, I don't need this part of the circle. It's not going to cross over here. So as soon as you feel like the staple getting you stuck. All right. What's my next step? Set this to 5, right? So I already used the 3. Now I got to use the 5. I'm going to make a mistake. Everybody pay attention to this mistake. I'm going to use the same dot. It's a mistake. Don't use the same dot. But I'm going to show you what the mistake looks like. So if I use the same dot, are they ever going to cross? No. It's going to look like a rainbow to me. Looks like a rainbow, kind of. So if you make the mistake and you're like, Miss Amelia, they're not crossing. And I look at your paper, I'm like, oh, you have a rainbow. What does this mistake mean? You didn't switch to the other dot. You use the same dot. So this mistake, I see it a couple of times at the beginning. It's because you didn't switch to the other dot. So don't do that mistake. All right. So now I'm going to switch to the other dot. Use the other dot. Is this set to 5? Yes. Dot. Bump on the dot. Index finger. You're looking for these 2 circles to cross. So all I'm doing is I'm going to figure out where they cross. Just do that part. Do you need to do the whole circle? No. I'm just looking for where they cross. Usually your first circle is a lot bigger because you have no idea where it's going to cross. Up here, in the middle, down here. By the time you do your second dot, you know. All right. Dot on the top. Dot on the top. Where they cross, that's the top of your triangle. Where the 2 circles cross, that's the top of your triangle. Now let's create your triangle by connecting the dots. And if I go back, that measures exactly 3 centimeters. And this measures exactly 5 centimeters on the dot. All right, we're okay? Ish? Takes practice, so we're going to practice. Yay, we did it. Now I need you to do 7 and 8, and then we'll be done. Woo! Can't really copy me, right? Because you gotta construct them. Can't really copy. Your test is gonna be like, draw it, and then I have to check all of them. It's gonna be great. I think so, because we'll practice today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. You're gonna be pros, trust me. All right. So if you did number 7 correctly, you shouldn't have a triangle. You should have 2 circles that never cross each other if you did number 7 correctly. Number 8, the word sides is plural. Yes, that means each side is 5. Here they're having you do a base of 3, even though I tell you, hey, Daniel, Caesar, you have to use the biggest number. They want you to use the smallest number as your base, and that's perfectly fine. A little different. We should be doing this, not packing up. 7 and 8, that's your job to finish. Yes. Not now.